Is the real world stranger than fiction at this point? Or is this movie doing the most to try to make it seem like it's the real world? Or are our real world villains in American society basically like comic book villains? And I think it's a little bit of both. We'll talk about Superman and Super Woke. That's what we're going to start off with. We're going to talk about Superman versus Super Woke. It's been doing crazy box office numbers, and that's what we're going to... It is so good. It is so good. MCU fall off is here. DC revitalization project is here. It had the fixins. It had the fixins. Woke is back. My quick and easy review in the immediate aftermath of getting out of the movie theater was this, okay? Snyder fans are mad. Get mad. You can't do nothing like that, okay? You can't do nothing like James Gunn. I said, watch Superman. Woke is so bad, it's not even funny. Also, can't believe they did that to Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, woke is back, okay? Superman is super woke. Woke is back in a big way, and everybody needs to step aside. Okay, everybody that has an issue with how woke Superman is needs to step the fuck aside, read the goddamn room. It's over. Let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you, woke is so back, it's not even funny. It's not go woke, go broke. It's go woke unless you want to be broke, okay? Superman already is an alien, right? Like literally and figuratively, like he is supposed to be, I mean, he's written by... I believe like 2 Jewish immigrants at the time. Like that was the character that they created. He's supposed to be an analog for like a godlike deity. But also on the simplest terms, Superman is supposed to be an outsider who's trying to do his very best and oftentimes misunderstood. And the entire movie is quite literally about that. Okay. Down to a degree that is like, I would say maybe a little not so subtle. Okay, down to a degree where it's not so subtle at all. He is supposed to be the peak form of like perfect human, a superhuman, a Superman, if you will. Muting to avoid spoilers. No, dude, there is no spoilers. This is a spoiler-free review. Okay, I'll tell you when there is a spoiler part about it. Yeah, here's a spoiler. Superman wins. Some of the things I really liked about it, some of the things I really enjoyed about the movie was how corny it is. Okay. How corny they made Superman, because it's supposed to be corny. It's a comic book. So they have like all of the corniness of comic books directly baked into it. And I do think that James Gunn hyper focused on all of the side characters and did a pretty good job of uplifting and highlighting some of the side characters on the show, whether it be Crypto, whether it be, you know, the dog, the super dog, basically. Mr. Terrific was incredible. Probably like one of the best side characters in the entire franchise. The gun did not jam. Okay. James Gunn doesn't jam. James doesn't jam Gunn. Hot Girl follows you on IG. Yeah, I know. I found that out and I immediately followed her back, and I would love to have her on the stream. That'd be fucking amazing. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. But yes, Hot Girl was amazing as well. Green Lantern was amazing as well. And I'm not even talking about the major plot point, which is Netanyahu and Israel. If you think that this movie takes away or like pulls punches, if you think this movie pulls punches from criticizing Israel, it does not. It is an analog for Israel and maybe Russia as well, if you want to call it. You can say a little bit of both. But straightforwardly, it is like, it is the most obvious like Israel thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Okay. And r/Israel, the Redditors on Israel are very upset about this. But basically what I'm trying to say is every moment, every scene, every frame in the movie is framed exactly like the comic book. Okay? Like the incredibly corny, impossibly corny, kitschy characters that you see, exactly like a comic book. If you go into the movie looking for like gritty realism and like the old school DC style, like post Nolan dark DC, you're not going to get that. Okay, do not look for that at all, because that is not happening. It is not happening. There is no like gritty realism in this, even though there is one aspect of it that I also personally like, that is a holdover from like The Boys, which is the impact that it has on real life people, like these sorts of massive battles. They definitely do show that a lot more than they do in the Marvel universe, where it's almost like a nod to how when these guys are fighting, like human beings are suffering as a consequence of that. But it also shows but it also shows that in a very real way, where I mean in a very comic book style way, because you'll see screens, you'll see sequences where like regular people are just like eating, I don't know, like yogurt while like the city is collapsing in and of itself. And that is because that's exactly how it's portrayed in the comic books. And it's also supposed to be like something that is happening all the time, so much so that they're basically used to it. But it was fun. Yeah, James Gunn was like, we're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna have fun with this. Analogues to the real world, serious politics wise. Number one, the fictional country of Boravia going and invading the other fictional country of what's the name of it? It's like kind of it's like a Asian country. It's like an Indian kind of name, but it's not. It's like very clearly Israel, Palestine. Jarampur and Boravia. Boravia is this like high-powered, high-tech superpower in the region that is invading this other country that is not armed at all. It is a literal, exact one-to-one analog to Israel, Palestine. Okay, that's what it is. Boravia is Israel, and Jarampur is Palestine. Absolutely, 100%. Anyone who says that that is not the case is absolutely coping. Even if James Gunn came out and swore on his mother's life that this was not an analog to Israel, Palestine, I'm telling you right now, they're just, it's lying. Okay, spoiling the movie first day after its release. What spoiler? It's not a spoiler at all. This is just like what is going on. The whole first, it's a comic book. It's a comic book movie. There is no. It's like the expectation that someone is going to the main character is going to win. It's in the premise. I'm describing the fucking premise to you, and then the American weapons manufacturer's relationship with Israel is directly explained. Which is why I think it's a better analog to Israel than it is to Russia. That's why, because like this is straightforwardly America and American weapons manufacturers and the relationship that they have with Israel and what Israel is doing to Palestine and Palestinians. Okay, people try to cite the fact that the script was written pre-10/7 to say it's not about IP, as though IP began on 10/7. Yes, I know that the script was written before, and maybe it was actually initially implemented to talk about like the Russia-Ukraine situation and how Superman would like save the Ukrainians. But obviously there is plenty of fill-ins post October 7 that and plenty of scripting that took place post October 7, but it doesn't even fucking matter. Anyone with two eyes and an active brain cell like that can rub two brain cells together will see that either James Gunn or someone in the writer's room straight up wrote it in a way where it is a one-to-one analog. And you know it's real. You know that a lot of people have seen it because they're coping. Okay? A lot of the not the pushing Z chatters, like the pro-Russia ones, but the other pushing Z Zionist, Z for Zionism, Andes online have been losing their minds over it. Even if James Gunn came out and told everyone this is not Israel Palestine at all, I don't know where you guys got that, I would not believe him. He could be like, no one ever touched this script, I'm the only person who wrote this is not about Israel Palestine. I would be like, nope, don't even lie to me right now. It's cool, man, we get it. Sure bud, because Jarampur is just straight up brown. Okay, Israel is a white country with a direct weapons manufacturing ties to the United States of America, and the country that they're dominating is not a well-armed country that is fenced in, and it's brown people wearing fucking like garb that you see in the region. They even have like AK-47s. Yeah, Boravia is mentioned as a U.S. ally on numerous occasions. You are out of your mind. It is crazy. It was the most Israel movie I have ever seen. Okay. Me watching Superman say Israel for 2 hours and 9 minutes. No, literally down to the bot farms. Like there are so many parts about this. Yeah. When in the black side, I was like, this is crazy. Superman scene that got me. When they showed an army of monkeys using computers to spread digital Hasbro to fuel the Baravian invasion of the native land is literally this. It is crazy. The Netanyahu analog even says Baravia. It's not even a Netanyahu analog. I think it's a Ben-Gurion analog for the record. He is not Netanyahu. A lot of people are saying it's Netanyahu, but I think it's Ben-Gurion. This is what David Ben-Gurion looks like. This is what the leader of Baravia looks like. I don't think it's Benjamin Netanyahu. It's a compilation of a lot of different things. But it's definitely Israel. There's a little bit of Russian influence in it, but there's a lot of Russian influence in Israel too. Okay? It's not Netanyahu. It's fucking David Ben-Gurion, dude. That's from this is from the movie, okay? Please tell me that this is just chance. I mean, this scene right here, I almost had tears, dude. Call me a baby all you want. But when they do this, I'm like, this is the most, I almost cried. I had tears in my eyes watching this. It's hard not to see how this is inspired from the ongoing genocide in Gaza, and I really don't know how to feel about it. This person says, on the one hand, it's disgusting and insensitive to use an ongoing genocide for entertainment when you not once explicitly stated your intent is to depict or bring light to it. On the other hand, anything that helps enlighten the average burger muncher is good, I guess. I'm on the second side of this, where 1,000,000%, 1,000,000% that a major blockbuster hit in the United States of America that came out, and it's like a fucking big budget Hollywood summer blockbuster production, going to be massively successful. It's already massively successful, and it's literally 2 hours and like 10 minutes of Israel the entire time. 2 hours and 10 minutes of Israel's doing a genocide. Superman needs to fucking save Israel doing a genocide. Or rather, Superman's inspiration causes other superheroes that otherwise would turn a fucking blind eye to Israel doing a genocide in Gaza, causes them to literally fucking take action that they previously said they would not. And all the while, the American government is angry at Superman for interfering in the affairs of Israel and Palestine. Get the fuck out of here. Superman is literally an immigrant that is always trying to do his best, and every single person is like developing tremendous enmity and animosity towards him for being an immigrant that wants to save the planet from harming children, from harming fucking people, where at a certain point, he just straight up says, dude, I just don't want people to die. Lois Lane automatically hits the Hasbro lines because she is a journalist at the end of the day at the Daily Planet, which is like the New York Times. And she straight up is interviewing Superman, and she just starts fucking railing into him. And I literally wrote it down in my notes. I was like, Lois Lane, of course she's doing Hasbro. It was so crazy. Yeah, the IDF literally almost shoots a child, the child that's putting up the flag before the fucking superheroes intervene. I'm serious right now. I'm telling you right now, down to the fact that like there are active bot farms created by weapons manufacturers that have Defense Department contracts that have a direct relationship with Israel that are literally creating a social media environment where everyone is talking about how Superman sucks and how that has the capacity to shape public opinion for a fucking immigrant trying to do the right thing. I'm sorry. It was all there. Okay. It was slapping you in the face. It's not like even remotely subtle, but it's actually, it's as subtle as a heart attack, but in a good way, because that's what comic books are supposed to be like. Okay. That's what comic books are. So what does the S stand for? It's not an S. On my planet, it means free Palestine. Yeah, I mean, it's basically what this was. Politics in my comic book movie, yeah, they've always done it. Yeah, prisoners getting shipped away into a secret prison, like all of it is like, and getting tortured in this secret prison by this secret prison that works at the behest of both Israel and the United States of America, created by weapons manufacturers. The entire Luthor Corps is Andoril and Palantir combined. Lex Luthor is literally a Palantir style figure. And yes, he has like silly ambitions, like his moral compass is his moral compass is like guided by envy or whatever, but that's just like the silly fucking comic book hero version of it. But it's very obvious that there is like what he says as the major motivation here is still is not as important as like what is going on in the movie. Okay, he has to still like abide by he has to still abide by like the personal ambitions of Lex Luthor from the comic books, but the very real the very real analog for Lex Luthor in the real world is straight up a Palantir style, Anduril style group of defense contractors. And what I mean by this is you can fucking see it, dude. You see it with the Hawaiian shirts that all the fucking defense contractor engineer nerds wear. If you watched it, then you know this motherfucker is everywhere. Lex Luthor's ambitions are damn near identical to the real world analog of like both Palmer Luckey and also the real world analog of like Peter Thiel. And every single one of the scientists in Luthor Corp that are straight up working on, every single engineer that's working on the site is wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt. And I don't know. This is one thing that I thought about, okay? Throughout the entire movie, I was thinking, is the real world stranger than fiction at this point? Or is this movie doing the most to try to make it seem like it's the real world? Or are our real world villains in American society basically like comic book villains? And I think it's a little bit of both. I think at this stage, the real world has gotten to a degree of strangeness that basically feels like we're in this dark comedy. Like we are in a comic book. It is not subtle any longer.